While the two neighbors are busy trading charges over shelling at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, the world stands in fear of a possible catastrophe, as Kyiv claimed fresh pounding around the power plant on Thursday. While calling out Russia, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said that the power plant was struck 5 times, including a place near a radioactive material storage. He further added that Russia was using the nuke plant to threaten the world and sought its complete demilitarization.
Навколо Запорізької АЕС – це один з найбільших злочинів держави-терориста. Сьогодні зафіксовані чергові прильоти російських снарядів по території станції в безпосередній близькості від об'єктів АЕС. Росія вкотре пробила дно у світовій історії тероризму. Ніхто більше не використовував атомну станцію так очевидно для погроз усьому світу і для висування якихось там умов. І абсолютно усі в світі мають реагувати негайно, щоб вигнати окупантів з території Запорізької атомної станції.
Now, Russia, on the other hand, claimed that Ukrainian shelling had partly damaged a thermal power plant and splash pools that form part of the reactor's cooling system.
Мы неоднократно предупреждали наших западных коллег, что если они не образумят киевский режим, то он пойдет на самые чудовищные и безрассудные шаги, последствия которых аукнутся далеко за пределами Украины. К сожалению, именно это сейчас и происходит. Преступные атаки Киева на объекты ядерной инфраструктуры толкают мир на грань ядерной катастрофы, сопоставимой по масштабам с Чернобыльской.
Now, looking at the gravity of the situation, UN Security Council convened an emergency meet to address the nuclear power plant crisis. The UN chief, Antonio Guterres, urged for the withdrawal of military personnel and equipment. He called for Russia and Ukraine not to target the facilities or the surrounding area. This is International Atomic Energy Agency Chief Rafael Grossi briefed the 15-member Security Council yesterday at the request of Russia. Grossi said that he was ready to lead an IAEA mission to Zaporizhzhia and called on Russia and Ukraine to cooperate for the inspector's visit. He further added that this is a grave hour that needs to be dealt with seriously.
This is a serious hour, grave hour, and the IAEA must be allowed to conduct its mission to Zaporizhzhia as soon as possible.
Meanwhile, the United States backed the call for a demilitarized zone around the plant. During the UN meet, U.S. Under-Secretary for Arms Control and International Security said that a visit by International Atomic Energy Agency cannot wait any longer.
The United States reiterates the importance of facilitating access for IAEA personnel to address nuclear safety, security, and safeguards concerns at the Zaporizhzhia facility, as well as at other nuclear facilities around the country, in a manner that respects Ukrainian sovereignty. This visit cannot wait any longer. We once again call on Russia to cease all military operations at or near Ukraine's nuclear facilities and insist that Russia immediately return full control of the Zaporizhzhia facility to Ukraine.
While India's permanent representative to the UN called for mutual restraint and warned of dire consequences any accident at the nuclear facility could have had.
India expresses its concern over the reports of shelling near the spent fuel storage facility of the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. We call for mutual restraint so as not to endanger the safety and security of nuclear facilities. Mr. President, India continues to remain concerned over the situation in Ukraine. Since the beginning of the conflict, India has consistently called for an immediate cessation of hostilities and an end to violence. We've called upon both sides to return to the path of diplomacy and dialogue. We support all diplomatic efforts to end the conflict.
Now, the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant is the largest in Europe with 6 reactors. The power plant was captured by Russia after the country began its Ukraine invasion late February this year. It is also the first such plant ever to be involved in any conflict. Now, for more on this, our correspondent Susan Tehrani has sent us this report from New York. Let's listen in.
On August 8th, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, during a trip to Japan, condemned the recent attacks on ZNPP. He also expressed hope that the IAEA would have access to the plant for inspection. Once again, on August 11th, before the Security Council meeting here in New York, the Secretary General expressed his support for IAEA. He called on all parties to allow access of IAEA inspectors to the plant. He also called for the cessation of all military activities around the vicinity of that plant. Susan Tehrani reporting from New York for WION World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.